Up next on American Restoration.
This looks like a bunch of crap. So far, Tyler's satellite idea for picking is a total disaster in progress.
What is that?
It's a stove.
Wow, it sure is squashing the car.
Old school stuff like this, there's valve issues.
And I'm not going to be responsible for you blowing your house up, okay? Wow, that thing's cool.
It's just something I've never seen in my life. I've been around, too.
Tell me how you see it getting restored.
I would like it a little pimped out.
Look at a man's workbench. You see his passions, his works in progress, the things that drive him crazy. Projects that, you get the point. Anyway, every workbench tells a story, and this is ours, American Restoration.
Needs a cleaning. What the heck is that?
Hey, Rick, we have a customer here. Earlier, I got a call from a customer that said he's bringing up something from Texas. And when they say everything's big in Texas, they ain't kidding.
What is that?
It's a stove.
That's a stove?
It's a stove.
Wow, it sure is squashing the car.
Came down to Rick's today to bring my 1920 era Roper stove to see if we can restore it from.
Am I clearing the truck? Yeah, you're good.
I probably overpacked it,
Looks like Houdini.
but it got here safely.
This thing's gigantic. Where was this?
It was in a church that my dad pastored at when I was a kid. And I went by to see the place, and this was outside.
Okay.
And they were willing to sell it.
Heck yeah. Why was it so important for you to have it?
Well, this is a link to not only my dad, but the church.
Right.
My mom as well, because she used to cook on this thing. I just couldn't pass it up. This is a unique piece.
Oh, absolutely. It's a work of art, too. It's absolutely beautiful. I know people would kill for this. I mean, it was definitely commercial.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. You'd never see this in somebody's kitchen.
The sheer size of this thing is too big for your average home. I'm guessing a restaurant donated it instead of throwing it away.
Now, you're wanting to use this?
I'd love to be able to use this.
Are you worried about the liability?
I'm trusting you.
Because that's very important. Because you just said you're trusting me. Right. I can restore it all day long, but I'm not going to be responsible for you blowing your house up. Okay? Old school stuff like this, there's valve issues.
Right.
All these are definitely capable of leaking.
This thing is going to be a plumber's nightmare. Many of these pipes could be damaged inside and out. And an item like this, there is zero room for error.
So I will make sure that we get somebody down here that can make sure that this thing does not leak.
Okay. You think there's hope for this thing?
Yeah, but I mean, this is porcelain.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal because you can't just porcelain on top. It has to go all the way to bare metal again.
When you porcelain something, you're basically glazing each piece and then baking it onto the metal. It's a very involved process.
So what do you think this is going to run me?
All right, so after all the sandblasting and the porcelain and the nickel plating and assembling it, I'm looking at $8,500.
Well, I think it'll be worth it.
All right, awesome. Thanks for bringing it in. It's a beautiful piece.
It's going to be exciting to see the restoration because my wife plans on cooking on it, and I'm going to hold her to it.
Yeah, baby! Hey, here's the address for the porcelain plater, okay? Down in California, all right?
Okay.
One of the biggest components to the Roper stove is the porcelain. We're not equipped to do porcelain here at the shop, so I'm having Ron take it to a specialist.
You got some pics, too, you going on?
Of course.
Good.
Of course.
The porcelain shop is all the way in California, so to get the most bang for my buck, I'm gonna have Ron do some picking while he's out there.
Well, can I go?
No, a foreman's job is to be here and make sure the crew runs. You can't go running on the road anymore.
I've got new methods of picking. And I can find uncharted territory and a bunch of cool stuff, and it'll be good for the business. I came up with this ingenious way of finding new picking locations using satellite maps on the internet. But trying to explain it to these two dinosaurs is kind of like trying to explain algebra to a chipmunk.
Trying to teach old dogs new tricks or some crap.
Just let me go. It's only once.
If I let you go this one time, you're not going down just to have a good time, sleeping in the side of the truck, loving and enjoying life. This is work. Work, 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 work. Okay?
Oh, God.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go. This one time. You got one day, one full day. Go down there, get the picking, get the work done, and get back here that night. All right? Have fun. Go.
Don't act like you're foreman on the road, pal.
I really hope my theory works, because if I don't come back with some good stuff, my dad's never going to let me go on a pick again.
I got a call from some customers who have an unusual hand-powered vehicle that they want to get restored, and I can't wait to see what it is.
Hello, Chuck.
Chuck, I'm Rick.
Tony.
Tony, good to meet you. Tell me about the truck first. That's bad.
It's a 1938 Rio. It was made for the Forestry Service. They used to have a big water tank on the back.
Yeah, that's very cool. I can see what you're bringing, though. What is that? Let's bring it out. Let's bring it out.
We've come to Rick's Restorations today to get our 1900s Irish Mail tricycle restored.
Oh, wow. That thing's cool. Where'd you get this?
At a swap meet, we've had it for 28 years. The gentleman we bought it from was calling it an Irish Mail, and that's why we have always called it that.
Irish mail carts are usually kids' vehicles that were named after railroad hand cars that use the same mechanics to move. This thing works like an Irish mail cart, but it's different than anything I've ever seen. The original Irish mail cart were all four-wheeled. Then this thing is designed with three wheels. It's got two brakes. It's got shocks on it. I mean, that's pretty wild. It's got some serious thought into this thing, the way they built it. It's just something I've never seen in my life. I've been around, too. I've been around. It's pretty dang weird. I think it's safe to say that this thing is not an Irish mail cart. I mean, there's just too many differences. But I'm going to have to do some serious research to figure out exactly what it is. Tell me how you see it getting restored.
I'm going to be the primary driver of this.
Okay.
So I would like it a little pimped out and a little bit of flash.
We can hot rod this bad boy?
Yes, but if we find that it is one of a kind and we want to keep it all original,
you want that
well, I would leave that up to you then, for the looks.
I mean, that's the two options. One, restoring it to where it's pristine, original, the way it used to be. Or we sort of make it nice and pretty.
Flash, yeah.
Flash. All right. I really have to research it before we decide on what we do it in. Bottom line, right? Right. Okay. All right. So getting the whole thing done, I'm looking at $5,500 to do that whole bike.
Okay, Rick.
You want to do that?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. You're a good man. Thank you very much.
When Rick told us the budget, we've had it for 28 years, and it's worth it. We wanted another 28 years.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, Mark.
How are you doing?
Man, I'm glad to see you. Earlier, a customer brought in a weird pump tricycle thing into the shop. It was really cool, but we have no idea what it is. My friend Mark is a museum curator and sees weird stuff like this all the time. So I called him down to take a look at it. This couple brought this in, and they basically feel like it's a 1930s Irish mailer. So they want to restore it, and if it is rare, they want to restore it exactly like it was. If it's not, she wants to sort of halfway hot rod it. So you know what it is?
Let me just take a look here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is it. It's an invalid's cart. It's a motorized wheelchair from France. This is from the late 1920s, and it's by a company called Poirier. In France at that point in time, you had a lot of guys that had been injured in World War I.
Oh, right.
We were still dealing with polio then. A lot of people would lose their mobility that way. So if you had the money, you could get around using this.
Right.
But there weren't a lot of them made. These are extraordinarily rare.
Wow. To actually have Mark, the museum guru of gurus, tell me that he has never seen one, this is awesome.
This is rare enough that I'm glad to have it restored and not tricked out. Pimping your wheelchair is not something that I want to see done. It just seems wrong.
Now that the mystery's solved and we know exactly how rare this wheelchair is, I'm going to go ahead and restore it to its original condition, just like the customer wanted. This is going to look like a museum piece by the time we're finished with it.
All right, thanks.
Not a problem. Thank you.
We'll have fun.
Okay. Man.
We just dropped off the roper stove parts so they can get a new porcelain finish. While that's getting done, we're going to check out a picking spot that Tyler found using some weird internet deal.
I'm trying to incorporate the new age, where you can look on a map on the internet and you can see overhead like a big satellite image. So I looked and I found this guy, and he just has a house full of stuff.
So we're basically going off of a picture of some guy's backyard. You gotta be kidding me.
What? It'll be fine. I mean, it should work.
This is in your hand.
All right, trust me. It'll be good. I got a feeling.
One shot. You only get one chance.
Don't be jealous.
Dude, honestly, this looks like a bunch of crap. One good thing you got going is there's some buildings. But could you tell what was in those buildings from your map?
Don't be such a pessimist.
Have your fingers crossed there, pal.
Here, this must be the guy I talked to.
You call me?
Yeah, I'm the guy you talked to.
Nice to meet you. I've collected a lot of stuff out here, and so you wanted to come look at some of my junk, so I thought, what the heck, maybe get rid of some of it.
Well, we're here to look through your stuff.
Look around, whatever you find's for sale. Just come get me when you're ready.
All right, we'll come get you. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
You know, there better not be snakes in here.
You're the one with flip-flops on again.
We got ends of rakes. We got whatever that is. Are we scrappers now? Is this something that you saw from the air?
Ew.
Look,
Look at its head. Look at its eyeballs.
That is something somebody had. Oh, where's bloody head from?
Its eyeballs.
Oh, crap.
Pick it up.
So far, Tyler's internet satellite idea for picking is a total disaster in progress. When it comes to picking, nothing beats a good old-fashioned phone call and meeting people face-to-face. Unfortunately, this isn't looking good for you. All we can hope is it ends up being way better than it looks right now.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Mike. A customer dropped off a 1920s Roper stove to get restored. This is an old gas stove, so we have to check every single pipe for leaks, or this thing could literally blow the roof off.
So what you working on here?
We've got an old Roper stove.
Where's the manifold right now?
Part of it's over there. Can we use this?
Absolutely. I'm an appliance repair expert. I've been repairing appliances for 35 years.
So what I want to do is I just want to make sure this thing doesn't leak. So, I mean, we got this thing sort of halfway set up here for you. You know, I want you to test it.
Well, what we're going to do here is light each one of them and see if we have a leak. If we don't have a leak, you won't get a flame. If we do, you will. But it's critical that it's tested because if you have a gas leak and you don't know about it, it could cause an explosion.
Show me what you do.
All right, see here, a little flame to that. That one looks good. Yeah, that looks good. So far, we look really good here. No leaks. Looks good. That has a gas leak. Yeah, this one's going to need to be replaced.
Oh, yeah. Man, am I glad I called Mike. Because if we didn't catch this leak, this thing could have been a total disaster. What's causing that to leak?
Inside here, it's worn, so we'll lubricate all the valves.
Okay.
We'll readjust everything on here. We'll have this working fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you very much,
Thanks for calling
Mike.
me in, Rick.
You bet. I appreciate it a lot.
What's a filter?
Lucky there's not a hit in there or something.
Ron and my dad let me choose a picking location for the first time, and we haven't found squat yet. And I'm actually a little nervous because my butt's on the line for this one. What's this?
It's a eighth of a car.
Model A? Model T? I don't know. Can you see it now?
This is badass.
You like it?
Yeah, mainly because in the shop he's got old stuff hanging, you know, basically his art.
Yeah.
Hold on.
What?
This might just save you. Maybe. These are from the 20s. They're
Really?
just ice boxes. They're not refrigerated.
These are just ice and not refrigerated.
Ice blocks. Put an ice block on top. Cold air goes down. So they cool everything off. There's a drain on the bottom. We've done some of these, but this two-door, that is rare.
All right.
Let's go find Jimmy. You remember everything you saw in this amazing picture?
Jimmy!
Jim.
Well, did you guys find anything?
The front end of a Model T or Model A.
No rust one?
Yeah.
How about 150?
I think 100's fine. That. Nice cool on that. Okay. The two ice boxes down there. What do you got on those?
350.
We said we wouldn't.
150.
150 for each?
Yeah. Peace.
The one's got a broken leg on it. That's going to be a little bit more to repair. I can't give you more than 300 for both of those.
That'll work.
Okay.
Let's do it.
It's a deal.
I think Tyler completely lucked out today. But we did find some interesting pieces, and I hope that Rick likes what we found.
Thanks for coming. How about I help you guys get it loaded up?
Let's go.
You're going to have to help me because Tyler don't do.
We just got in dozens of nickel-plated and porcelain pieces for the Roper stove we're restoring. The customer's coming in soon, so the guys are putting everything back together again before he gets here. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good to see you, Blair. Long trip?
I flew this time. I came to Rick's today to pick up my 1920s Roper stove. It was in pretty bad shape when I brought it in. I'm excited to see what Rick has been able to do with it.
So you want to see it?
Oh, yes.
All right, let's go. I had to put it in a spot that I could, I could show it to you. Ready?
Yes.
You excited?
Yes.
Okay, here it is.
Oh, my gosh. What do you think? My gosh. That's amazing. Oh, when the first time I stove it, just took my breath away because it brought back emotions, it brought back feelings, which I just really didn't expect. And I had my hopes set pretty high, but to see it is unbelievable.
I live for moments like this. Seeing this guy's reaction for all the hard work that we put into it makes it all worth it.
My dad was a pastor of the church which this thing resided in. I just really hated to see it on the side of the church resting. I felt like I had to rescue it. The stove itself represents the time of my life that my entire family was together. And that means a lot to me.
So does it look like the one from your childhood?
Actually, I think it looks a little bit better than it did from childhood.
And do you think your wife will let you put it in the house?
My wife's going to love this.
Yeah, I literally had every guy on this piece. All these valves, I took all the insides out, redid them. I had this specialist come over. He actually checked over each one of the valves, so now it's all saved.
That's astonishing. I'm tickled pink with how it looks. The million-dollar question is, does it work?
Well, let's give it a try. So you're gonna push down this right here, and what you're gonna do is come down and light this section right here. Now we'll turn this burner on. There you go.
Yeah. That's neat.
I don't know what made me happier. Seeing the stove look like new or restoring such a meaningful memory for this customer. I mean, that's what you call a win-win situation. Thank you very much for bringing it in.
I'm excited to get it home. It looks cool. It's going to be something that we will be proud of. And we will always have a story about how we got it restored.
Around the shop, we use a lot of unusual tools. I want to know if you know what this is. It may look like dirt or birdseed to you, but it's actually walnut shells. It's a fine abrasive that allows us to take off rust and paint in the glass beating machine. It's really helpful here at the shop because it's strong enough to get the job done, but fine enough not to destroy the metal. Come back. Earlier today, Tyler took charge of his first pick based on a lead he developed. And like most things with Tyler, I'm hoping for the best and preparing for the worst. So, how do you do?
I'll put it this way. For somebody who did his first pick on the internet,
How do you pick on the internet? There's no such thing.
Because I'm that good.
yeah,
Can't wait to see what's in here. We got some yard art here. Where's the rest of the car?
we didn't get this for a restoration project. We got this for more of a sign, something cool to do with.
What are we now, art dealers? What'd you pay for this piece of
100.
I guess I can see doing something with it. Now these I think are cool. Did you get these the same pick?
Yeah.
These are really cool.
He said he saw these from the satellite.
Looks like a square piece of metal from a satellite. Where were they laying on their back?
You know, they can laugh at all they want. But me and my internet genius, we delivered big this time.
Those two things right there, we're going to score on those. Those are killer. So I think you guys did a good job. Really you did, Ty.
I'm such a winner.
Get this stuff unloaded, and let's get back to work. All right, good job, though. See ya. We're putting the final touches on an antique wheelchair that we totally restored. We weren't even sure what this thing was when the customers dropped it off, so I can't wait to show it to them now. Hey, guys.
Hey, hi, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
So you guys excited to see this thing?
Very.
Been sitting on the porch a long time and it was rusted. It was either throw it away or restore it, and we didn't have the heart to throw it away.
I learned quite a bit about it, and the way it came out, I can't wait for you to see.
We're excited to find out what it really is. And here it comes.
Oh, wow.
Are we going to look that good driving?
Wow.
Oh,
That is beautiful. It's multicolored, it's detailed, it's beautiful. We love it.
this is beyond belief. It's truly vintage, but it's some spruced up.
It's not
This is everything we
over-restored, it's
wanted.
not...
Well, here's what I found out. I have a friend, his name's Mark, and he owns a museum, and he told me this is basically a wheelchair out of Paris. And one of the things he told me not to do was hot rod it. He said, do not, because there's maybe one or two of these in the United States. This is one rare piece.
That is so cool. Look at that.
To hear Rick say that there's only 1, 2, or 3 left in the United States was really exciting.
Tell us what you did.
All right, well, here's the deal. That's how they came. In that era, this is exactly how you would have bought it.
Wow.
The upholstery's all leather. He did the exact same buttons we had in there, and they did the burlap on the sides, too.
Well, the birds can't build nests on top of it anymore, that's for sure.
On the wheels, I just was really afraid if I took it off, I would have broke it. So I left it, and by tightening the spokes, it trued the wheel so it could ride it without the tire falling.
Wow. And they were painted this is...
That's the color.
Wow.
That is the color it came with.
Love it.
Perfection. Thank you.
Thank you,
You
Rick.
bet. You bet. So, ready to take a ride?
I'll give you a little push forward.
Okay.
We had no idea what we were going to get, but we were excited to get some more information.
The final product is beyond expectations.
Okay, pump it. Now you got to pump it. There you go.
Yeah!
She looks like she's having fun.
Oh, she's having a great time. She's going to drive it home.
All right, well, she's out there. You want to go in the office with me and take care of some paperwork?
Let's do it.
Okay, all right.
Look at that, go!
Up next on American Restoration.
I'm looking for somebody that can give me some information on the gun I have.
This thing's pretty cool. I don't even know what year this thing is.
I was told it was around the 1700s.
That is old.
I've got an old 1972 Honda freewheeler.
Gnarly. I used to have one of these. It's like a Christmas present to me.
Decided to throw Rick a bachelor party. We're going to show Rick he has not seen or done it all.
I don't need a bachelor party.
Bottom line, we're doing something for you.
Whatever we do, it's got to be PG. Okay? Do you understand what PG means? Look at a man's workbench. You see his passions, his works in progress, the things that drive him crazy. Projects that, you get the point. Anyway, every workbench tells a story, and this is ours, American Restoration. Hey, how you doing? I'm Rick. Frank. Frank, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for somebody that can give me some information on the gun I have. I'd like to get restored.
On a gun?
Yes.
I'll take a look at it.
All right.
I get customers showing up all the time with all kinds of stuff, but I've never had someone show up with a gun before. I'm actually a little nervous because it's not my specialty.
Let's see. Wow. Yeah, it's a pretty one. I came down to Rick's today to have a gun looked at that's been in my family for quite some time.
This thing's pretty cool. Where'd you get this?
It was handed down to me by my grandfather. Somebody throughout my family might have used it in the war at some point, and I'd like to keep it in the family, just get it looking nice and pretty.
You see these screws? Everything else is slotted. This one was probably spinning, so they made another one in there.
So you think it was modified previous?
Yeah, it looks like it was modified, but I don't know squat about it. I don't even know what year this thing is.
I was told it was around the 1700s, but I'm really not 100%.
God, that is old. I can tell this gun wasn't made anytime recently, and from the 1700s, wow. I mean, for all I know, this thing could have been used in the Revolutionary War. Do you think it works?
Good question. I have no idea.
You know, if If I go and restore it, I mean, I'd redo all the wood, redo all the metal and everything, and then have to find somebody to go through the mechanism here. I'd love to do it, but part of me really would like to talk to somebody first.
Okay.
I don't want to devalue it, okay? I got a friend that runs a pawn shop in Vegas that gets stuff like this all the time. Maybe he has somebody that come over and take a look at this thing. Are you going to be around later this afternoon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and we'll have him come by and check it out?
Perfect, sounds great.
Rick's getting married in a few weeks, and I want to do something he'll never forget. Just want to throw Rick a bachelor party.
Nice.
Yeah. I love bachelor parties. I have a lot of experience planning them, and they always rock. He's not going to know jack. We're going to start off with something mellow. Next thing you know, he's going to be blindfolded. He's going to walk into something, and off it comes. We're going to show Rick he has not seen or done it all.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Hell yeah.
We in?
Hell yeah.
We're in. Right on. Right. Get back to work. I'm going to go start scheming.
We restore a lot of things here, but anything with wheels gets a lot of attention. Today I got a guy bringing in a three-wheeler. If I fix it up right, I just might take it for a ride. Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm Rick.
Kyle.
Kyle, good to meet you.
You too.
What's that?
I've got an old Honda three-wheeler. I came to Rick's today to get my 1972 Honda ATC 93-wheeler restored. It used to be my grandfather's. He bought it, and it was handed down to my father, and then down to me.
Oh, cool. That is just gnarly. I used to have one of these too. It's like a Christmas present to me. These are cool.
I used to ride this all the time on our farm down in Kentucky.
Okay, these were ATCs, all-terrain cycle ATC. And Honda started doing this stuff in like 1970. When the three-wheeler came out, it was marketed purely as a recreational vehicle. But people quickly realized that they served great as a utility vehicle. A lot of farmers use them for basic chores around the farm, and their popularity really took off.
My grandfather, he was in a wheelchair, and this was his means of transportation around the farm.
Oh.
If he needed to go try to mend the fences, go fix the barn, round up the free-range chickens,
Right.
anything that he needed to do, this was basically his means
tool.
of transportation,
Right.
his tool.
Right. It's a perfect piece for that,
Oh, yeah.
though, really, if you
Yeah.
think about it.
So it really worked out nice for him.
Wow. Anytime I can restore an item that a customer has a strong personal connection to, makes it that much more rewarding. So my question is, how do you see it?
It looked like it just came out of the showroom floor.
Okay, we're going to tear it apart. And then we're going to go through the motor. And then we'll take all the metal pieces after we get them sandblasted, and we'll put them in the body shop and start pounding everything out, making everything smooth. And do you have a seat?
No.
So we're going to have to make a seat, you know? That thing right there, that tire, is probably going to be my biggest challenge. Doesn't look like it holds air anymore.
No.
So we got a problem there. I want to get one just like it, you know? Get everything painted, get the pinstriping on the side, the whole thing, from nuts to bolts to chrome to paint. Totally finished. I'm looking at 6,800.
I came here to get it done. I want it done.
Awesome. That's good.
Let's do it.
Good. I can't wait. This brings back a lot of childhood memories for me, too. All right, well, I'm going to make you proud. So let's go in the office.
Okay, sounds good. Well, let's go.
Earlier, a customer came in with an old rifle from the 1700s that he wants to get restored. But before we start on anything, I want to bring an expert in and hopefully tell us more about it. Hey, Craig. Rick.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good to see you.
My name is Craig. I own Craig Godley Militaria, and I specialize in antique firearms. Rick called me down to take a look at a rifle that's come in.
I need to know, can I restore it? Should I restore it? And I'd like to know what it is. What year?
I'd like to know where you got it.
It was handed down from my grandfather. I'm assuming it was in some type of war, but really not sure.
This is very nice. This is very, very nice. First of all, they would call it a Charlottesville rifle.
Okay.
After where it was made. It's a smooth bore, so it's not necessarily proper to call it a rifle. It's a musket.
Right.
You know, we should be able to determine exactly when it was made. There's usually a date mark somewhere. Let's see if I can't find it. Okay. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's obscured. It looks like 1776.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's when this
Really?
gun was
Wow.
made, 1776.
Oh, wow. Holy crap.
In fact, this is the exact kind of rifle that the British were coming to seize at Concord when the Revolutionary War started. So this is a very special piece. This is an iconic gun that was used during the Revolution, imported from France, and either used by Minutemen or used by French troops as they supported the Revolution.
Yeah.
You've got some initials here, which is neat.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody used it or owned this rifle. His name was E.B.
You know, everything's slotted, and all of a sudden this one looks like it's got a double cut.
It's definitely not factory because this gun predates the Phillips head by a good 100 years probably.
Is that something that would hurt the value of it?
No, not really. I mean, there's character here. The initials bring character. The slots on the barrel bring character. And being in your family, maybe your great-great-grandfather did that.
Sure, it's always possible, yeah.
As it sits, the gun is probably worth, say, just south of $5,000.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, this is a valuable gun.
I was really shocked to find out that the gun was worth as much as it was, which was really incredible.
I don't know if I'm going to devalue it. I'm sure I can restore anything, but that's why I called you in and find out if we should or shouldn't.
The answer is you'd be a fool to restore this. If you want a Revolutionary War artifact, especially the dated 1776, I mean,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, you don't.
you don't want to restore this. You know, as long as it stays in good condition, it'll just go up in value. When I first saw that gun, my immediate reaction was Frank would be out of his mind to restore this gun. If he restored it, most collectors would not even want it.
So,
What do you think?
I think based on what Greg said, I think it pretty much makes sense to keep it as is and pass it down through my family. I'm really glad Rick brought in the expert. He was very thorough with the gun. Right now, I think it makes sense just to keep it in my family, possibly put it up on the mantle, so that way the whole family can enjoy it.
Thank you very much for coming by.
Hey, Rick,
I really
thanks. It's a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. I'm so glad I got this musket checked out, and I'm stoked I got to see it. I mean, what an amazing piece of history. The customer sent in some chrome pieces. You can see they got started with it.
Hey, I'm glad you're both here. I've decided I want to throw you a bachelor party.
Kelly and I are getting married soon, and I appreciate Ron trying to celebrate by throwing me a bachelor party, but I was afraid of this. I don't need a bachelor party. I've been down this road before. I've been married a couple times.
All right, we can go down the strip in a limo. Okay, pop our heads up out and do the whole, what's up, Vegas?
Here's my deal. Whatever we do, it's got to be PG, okay? PG. You understand what PG means?
I know you've seen everything and you've done everything, so we're not going to take you to, a topless bar, none of that, okay? So how about dinner? Is that tame enough for you?
Dinner's good.
All right.
Good. Yeah.
All right.
We can do
Sushi?
dinner. You got it. Sushi.
There's actually a really awesome place. A woman comes out, sushi on top of her, covering up her body, and then you have all you can eat on her body.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm all for having a good time. But Ron's thrown me a bachelor party before, but it didn't end up well.
Bottom line, we're doing something for you. All right?
Just something simple. None of this crazy, wild stuff you just mentioned. I'm glad you're here. I want you to help him finish this job.
PG in Vegas is not fun. He sucks.
What the? I'm always excited when items show up at the shop unannounced, especially big things like this. Who are you? I'm Rick.
Hi, I'm Ivan. Good to see you.
Ivan, good to meet you. What do we got?
Well, thought I'd bring in a 1918 Edison phonograph for you to look at.
Okay.
I recently inherited this 1918 Edison phonograph from my mother. When I needed a pick-me-up, my mom would wind it up and I'd pick a record and she'd play that record for me.
Wow, that's nice.
Got a new house and my wife won't let me bring it in until it's restored, so I gotta get something done with this.
So did you say, okay, let me have the pocketbook, honey?
She doesn't know yet.
Oh, she don't even know yet. I mean, you know a lot about these? You know a little bit about Edison?
Not a whole lot.
Edison, I mean, first of all, he's a big-time inventor. His first phonographs were actually a cylinder. And the cylinder had little spikes in it. As it ran, it made music. Well, the other guy that was making this thing was making out of discs. This played twice as much. Edison and him were really in competition. So Edison makes this disc player better. And then, boom, next thing you know, he's making some bucks. All right. It's got some issues in some of the wood. These corners, we'll have to go ahead and recreate this again and match it out to where you can't see it. The tops are usually always a deal. You see how the top of this has got a peel going on? There's a veneer on top of the wood. We've got stains in here. So we'll probably re-veneer that whole top. And then when we get that all done, everything all pretty and everything all done up, totally finished, I'll restore it for $4,500.
I think that's fair. I think we can do that.
All right, awesome. I'm really glad you brought it here. Let's go in the office, take care of some paperwork.
When this is fully restored, I'm going to take it home, bring it in the house, crank it up, put a record on, and have my son listen to it with me.
I called a couple places about tires for the Honda ATC. This place said they had a bunch of tires, but they didn't know if they had exactly what I needed, so Ron and I, we're here to check it out.
Holy dude, this place is huge.
It is. Look at the bikes, man. These are rental bikes. We carry Hondas, Harleys, dirt toys, dirt bikes, and our tires are right over here.
This place is awesome, but we really need this tire, so hopefully it's here.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's not it at all. This is why I don't send Ron places by himself. He definitely would have came back with the wrong tire. There's definitely a lot of tires here, but I don't think anything looks like what we need. I guess we can head back.
All right. Dude, these things are so awesome. Check this out. When I saw the row of ATVs, I got an idea that I think Rick will really like. You know what, dude? I totally remember riding around with your dad when we were kids. We used to have so much fun on these. I think he'd love it. Yeah?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Let's get out of here. Let's go. Talk about PG. These four-wheelers are perfect for the bachelor party. Now, Tyler and Bradley can ride with us, and that'll make Rick really happy.
We recently started restoring a Honda ATC that was only made for a short period of time. The front tire needs replaced, and we're having a really hard time locating one. Ron and Tyler stopped by a few places, but they had no luck.
I'm looking for a front tire for a Honda 90 ATC. You don't have any?
Finding this tire is key to this restoration. It's a very rare specific tire and very hard to find.
Oh, you have one? Awesome, man. You're saving my ass. How much is the tire going to cost? $1,000?
Now that we've got over the hurdle of finding the tire, I've got to give the customer a call and update him. Hi, Kyle. It's Rick Dale with Rick's Restorations.
How you doing, Rick?
Good. How are you? Hey, I found a tire.
Okay.
Now, I got the bad news. You ready?
Okay.
Yeah. The price of it is at $1,000. Yeah, and it's a nice used condition. It's not new. So when I gave you the price and I told you how much it was going to be for the restoration, I did tell you that we would have some parts and the parts were going to be extra. Big costs like this tire that significantly changed my original quote. The customer sometimes rethinks the total restoration, doesn't want to move forward, and then drops out. And then when that happens, I don't get paid. So I need to know from you if you're willing to do that.
Go ahead, do it.
Cool. I think if I'm going to ever call you again, it won't be with bad news. Okay?
Okay, good deal.
Okay. Thanks, Kyle, very much. Take care. Talk to you later. Okay, what we need to do is we need to get this cooler over.
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
Good. How you been?
Doing good.
Good to see you.
Real good to see you again.
Yeah. We've been working on this phonograph for a few weeks now, and it's finally ready. I can't wait to see what the customer thinks. That thing was man, that's sort of gnarly.
I'm really excited to see how Rick repaired the woodwork, as well as to hear the record playing again.
Got it all covered up and ready for you? Okay, I know you brought it in, and it was really nasty looking, and your wife wouldn't let you put it back in the house unless it was nice and pretty. I think you're really going to love this thing. Came out really good. You ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay, here we go.
Let's take a look.
1, 2, 3.
Wow. Take a look at that. This looks amazing. When Rick pulled the sheet off my phonograph, I was amazed. It was spectacular. It was glowing. What did you have to do to get it to look so nice, Rick?
Well, they stripped it all the way down to bare wood. Robert's our wood guy here. He fixed the filigree in here. Took the top off, all the veneer.
That looks so much better than it was. They fixed all the
bad spots, all the corners.
Yeah.
The speaker grill, put that brand new in there. Down here, in the record drawer, did new strips inside here.
That does look really, really nice.
You really want to see the inside?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here we go. What do you think of that?
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Is that cool?
That looks completely different.
Yeah, it's all nice plated gold.
I really like that you can see the metal now.
Yeah.
This is all great. It looks really pretty, but does it play?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have you do this because this is your memory.
All right.
So just grab yourself a record.
Get some crank on there.
Wind her up.
All right.
There it goes.
Sounds great. It was amazing to hear that. I'm real excited to get this phonograph home and show it off to everyone.
Well, thank you very much for bringing it in.
All right, Rick.
Let's go in the office. We'll take care of some paperwork, and then I'll help you load it. All right? Okay. Welding cast metal is extremely hard to do. What is the best way to prevent it from cracking right after you get done welding? A, use dry ice. B, clamp it. C, wrap it in a blanket. What's the best way to prevent cast metal from cracking right after you weld it? The answer is C, wrap it in a welding blanket. You cover it up. After you're done with the weld, you let it sit overnight, and what it actually does is it slows down the cooling process, which allows it not to crack. I asked our Honda ATC customer, Kyle, to meet me out in the desert and pick up his item. I thought it'd be cool to test the restored one on some rugged terrain. Hey, Kyle.
How you doing, Rick?
Welcome to the Nevada desert. Who'd you bring with you?
This is my father, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Hi, glad to meet you. If it wasn't for my father and my grandfather, we wouldn't have this ATC in the first place, so I really wanted him to be here just to see what it's going to look like when he's done with it.
Are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
You really?
Really?
You
Yeah.
remember, oh, look. That's what you've got to really get in your head right now of what it looked like.
When I gave him that three-wheeler, it was an absolute mess. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's done with it. Well, I can't wait to see it. I hope it looks good. I think I hear it. I think that's him coming. Here he comes.
There it is.
Well,
That's fantastic. Incredible. When Rick revealed the ATC, I was absolutely blown away. The color is gorgeous. I honestly had never even seen it in that good condition. What the hell did you do? This thing's awesome.
yeah, there was some color on the back of the seat, so what we did is we matched that.
And you didn't have much of a seat to work with, did you?
It didn't have any seat. There was nothing. But the front tire was the hardest part to find. I didn't think we were ever going to find one. I just thought it was no way.
Hey, we had to have it. The biggest concern I had about this restoration was that front tire. It was an additional cost, but we had to have it. I can't get over the color. It's fantastic. Can I get on it?
Check it out. Check it out. See you later.
I'm sure Kyle has a lot of fond memories of his grandfather riding him and his brother around the farm. Kyle's got two sons of his own now, and I think we'll get some pictures of them on there riding around with their dad.
It's great. It's great. I feel just like a little kid again.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? You like it?
It's incredible.
Incredible. Well, let's get your truck. Let's get it loaded up. You guys go home and have some fun.
Take it back to the hills.
That's right.
I love everything about this restoration. When I asked Rick to give me showroom quality, that is exactly what I got. Thanks a lot, Rick.
Thank you very much. Okay, guys. What the hell? What the hell are you guys doing out here? Bachelor party, dude. This is a bachelor party? Yeah, hold on. That's what I'm talking about.
So Rick wanted a PG bachelor party, which usually is not in my vocabulary. So the boys and I went out and rented some quads. We're gonna let them ride them around because that's what brothers are for.
Whoa. Man, this is so awesome. I've been working so hard lately. I mean, this is such a great way to spend some quality time with Ron, Tyler, and my new stepson, Brett.
My dad needs to let loose sometimes. I mean, just have fun and relax and forget about everything and just go wild.
I'm glad Rick had some fun riding around. But little does he know, I've got his real bachelor party lined up for tonight. You're not getting off that easy, bro. All right, dude, I've got your keys. I've got Cowboy, Kyle, and the rest of the guys. We're going for round number 2 for some non-PG fun.
I knew this was too good to be true. That'll teach me to trust Ron. Up next on American Restoration. Oh man, look at that thing.
It's a rocking horse. I really want to restore it, and I was thinking something along the lines of Trigger.
Oh yeah.
Roy Rogers. That's awesome. Holy smokes. This is like the pedal car graveyard. Bradley and I just found this amazing collection of pedal cars for sale.
$5 grand for all of it.
I would be more right around 4.
No.
One way or another, I'm gonna make this deal happen.
Oh wow, check this out. Well, that looks like a Cushman.
Look at this. Oh man, just have somebody drive me around.
Look at a man's workbench. You see his passions, his works in progress, the things that drive him crazy. Projects that, you get the point. Anyway, every workbench tells a story, and this is ours, American Restoration. From time to time around the shop, we get deliveries of really big items just wrapped up in a tarp.
Took it off the truck. Wait a minute.
I'm always dying to rip that cover off and see what's underneath. It's like unwrapping a present. Oh, wow. Check this out. It's bad. This thing is awesome.
Wow. What is it?
Well, that looks like a Cushman. You know what a Cushman is, right?
No.
This company actually started with 2 cousins in like the early 1900s, and then they started making these little motorcycles, and it was usually a utility bike. And then they got these contracts with the government. They sent thousands and thousands over in World War II. Cushman scooters were so popular with the U.S. military during World War II because they were so efficient and reliable. They even made a special version for the Army airborne troops that was dropped in by parachute on D-Day. But by the looks of it, this is definitely not your typical Cushman scooter. I mean, I've seen Cushmans before. It sort of looks like it might be a Cushman, but at the same time, it looks like there's a lot of homemade parts on it. Somebody's dolled it up, so I can see they got an electric box on there. I guarantee it didn't have that before. This tailpipe, this is actually a piece of the top of a fence post that they've, engineered on here. And quite honestly, it's killer. And I think somebody made this. See how this got pop rivets in it?
Yeah.
Those look too new. But it's cool. This is pretty small. It's probably made for a kid or something.
I could totally fit in it.
Look at this. I'd be blown.
Yeah, that's plenty of room. What would it cost to get this whole thing restored?
A project like this is probably going to cost us right around $7,500. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go give him a call. Don't let anybody touch it until I get back, all right? All right.
Nana, you stay here. Oh, man, I was hoping she'd come. Earlier, I got a lead on a lady that has a bunch of different pedal cars for sale. So we're on our way to check it out. There's good stuff everywhere. Look at this.
No way. That's nice.
Hey, Tori, good seeing you again.
How's it going, Bradley?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
There's lots of pedal cars to look at. I've got some great ones out back to show you, too.
Perfect. There's a lot of cool, wild, unusual stuff. This is going to be good. Oh, good stuff.
Are you kidding me? This place is wicked. When I walked in, it was like pedal car heaven. I mean, they were up on the shelves. There was stuff in cases. I mean, look at this. This is like the big boy to a pedal car.
That's got to fit probably 4 kids in it, man. That's pretty sweet. I've seen pedal cars before, but this lady has a ton of them.
I mean, look at the boat one, too. I love that. I need to find one with a sidecar so me and Nana could roll around.
That'd be awesome.
It was so awesome.
If she has that much good stuff in this little space, I can't wait to see what she has outside.
Oh, my gosh.
Holy smokes, dude. This is like the pedal car graveyard.
It's got some good styles in there. The Bantam tractor.
Got a Bantam tractor.
These are like alien pedal cars.
Yeah, they're the X15s. This is a gold mine. I know Rick can make these look incredible, and they'll sell like hotcakes. Holy crap.
Well, it's just a bigger pedal car.
Are you kidding me? I have never, ever seen a pedal car like this. We turn and we see, like, the ultimate pedal car. This thing is like the king of pedal cars. Dude, this thing is sweet.
Yeah, but this thing's tore up, too.
That's all right, man. This is a must.
Yeah?
This is definitely something we got to ask about. Right. Find out what the deal is with it. Yeah. I think Rick's finally going to give me the credit I deserve.
How's it going? What do you got?
I got a challenge for you, Rick.
Come over here. Let's get by. There's a table right over here. It's always funny when a customer comes into the shop and tells me they got a challenge for me. Because believe me, they're all a challenge. I'm excited. I'm usually the one unveiling this stuff, you know?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, man, look at that thing. That is cool.
This is all wood. It's a rocket horse that was made for me when I was 2 years old. I want to try to pass it down to my kids.
Oh, that's cool. So this is all handmade.
This was all handmade.
Who made it for you?
And this was made by a gentleman where I used to live in California called Doc Miller. And him and his wife didn't have any children, so he just kind of adopted the kids in the neighborhood and made things for them.
This kind of stuff doesn't come into the shop very often. You know, I get a lot of metal stuff, a lot of coin-op stuff. Very seldom do I get something actually handmade. Making a one-of-a-kind piece like this takes an awful lot of time and skill. So a whole lot of love went into this rocking horse.
I've got some photos.
Wow. That is cool. That is, and you got that for your birthday at 2?
At 2.
That was a big deal, I bet.
There's me at 2.
That's awesome. I mean, that's incredible that you actually still have the pictures and you still have the horse. I mean, that was something that really meant a lot to you.
It did.
Yeah. It's amazing. I saw that it had some ears, some kind of leather ears on it.
Leather
pictures. And it was so real. It was so lifelike.
And he actually used horse hair for the father-in-law painted over the original colors.
Right. But he painted over it? Okay, then we might find it as we go.
We might.
Yeah.
I was thinking if maybe something along the lines of Trigger.
Oh, yeah.
From Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers.
Right.
Roy Rogers and his trusty horse Trigger were big stars from the 30s all the way into the 50s. And generations of kids followed their adventures on TV. And Trigger was sort of a chestnut color, right? But then right in here was a little white. And then the tail was the same color. It was more of a white, too. We'll keep the Trigger theme with the paint job on it and the design of the horse, period.
It sounds great to me, but what are we talking?
Everything there, I'm looking at $2,500 to do the whole horse.
Let's do it.
All right. Awesome. Thanks. Thank you very much. Let's go inside the office. We'll take care of some paperwork, and we'll get that started.
All right. Okay. This horse is 63 years old. I'm just hoping we can get it back together again.
Everything there, $5,000.
I got to call Rick so I don't make a mistake with money.
You need to make sure we got some sales for sure before we buy that package.
I can't believe Rick's being so cautious. One way or another, I'm going to make this deal happen.
Hey, Rick, I'm Darius.
Serious, good to meet you.
I sent the Cushman scooter out to you.
Oh, yeah.
My excitement is to see it brought back to life like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
There it is.
Bradley and I just found this amazing collection of pedal cars for sale. If I can buy all of them and at the right price, I'll be the man. Do you know much about this one?
That's called the Austin J40. They had battery-operated horns and lights, and they could be motorized.
We love this one. This guy right here, we love it. All right, so now tell me how you work it. Do you do just individual sales? We do all of these as a package for us?
So for this one alone, $1,500. Everything there, $5,000 for all of it. It's just over $200 a piece.
I would be right around probably $125 a piece.
There's some I could let go for that, but you're not going to get the cream of the crop.
I would want them all. I would bottom line, I'd want them all. So I would definitely have to call Rick, okay, make sure that it's all right.
You guys make your call. You know where to find me when you're ready.
On a package deal like this, especially for pedal cars, which I don't normally buy a bunch of, I got to call Rick so I don't make a mistake with money.
Hello, this is Rick.
Hey, I got good news. She's got a lot of pedal cars up here. I mean, a ton of them. All right, so here's the deal. I counted 22 cars. She'll let us have that whole package for $5,000. Then she's got another really, really unusual pedal car, Austin J40.
Yeah, that's a real old model, and if they're complete and everything, they're worth quite a bit of money.
Okay.
I don't know. Can we sell those?
I knew you were going to ask me that. No, I would have to go to work without a doubt.
Okay, well, here's the deal. You need to make sure we got some sales for sure before we buy that package.
All right, brother. Thanks, man.
Later.
Bye.
All right.
Before I close this deal with Glenna, Rick wants to make sure that I have some buyers lined up so I don't waste his money. Here's the deal. Would it be okay if I took a day, maybe 2, to do some research, then give you a shout back?
Sounds
that work?
good.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. So I'm going to go back, try to line up some buyers, and come back and close the deal with Glenna.
We're restoring a Cushman scooter that a customer sent to us, and I just got off the phone with the owner. He wants us to trick this bike out, but he also wants to know exactly what this thing is. So I've asked my friend Danny, the best bike guy I know, to come in and see if he can figure out what's what. Hey, how you been, buddy? Good to see you. Rick, good to see you.
I specialize in hot rods and motorcycles and basically anything with an engine. And Rick had a question about this scooter.
Here it is. Look at this thing.
Wow. All right. We got pieces. I thought I was coming down to look at a scooter, but there were parts just all over the room. So you kind of got to puzzle it together in your head. So it's probably a 721.
Okay.
They made the 721 from 1958 to 1964.
Okay.
So it's got to be
in that era. So
late 50s, early 60s, absolutely.
This guy must have had a couple of these. Okay. And he one day said, hey, I'm going to rub this part up here, rub this part up here. This fits, different years. He just sort of mixed stuff together.
Sure.
He has different fenders. I don't know if they're off of, Cushman.
That's original. And that's original.
Okay. And then this fender.
And that fender and this piece down here is.
Okay. This is actually a side fender. I mean, it was on the side of that sidecar. I know that for sure was handmade, right?
I do believe that you're right. This gentleman must have made this.
Yeah, it was handmade. It's very cool.
It's great.
The guy went all out.
I like the fact that he's not restoring it 100% original because I'm a custom guy. I love to customize things. And I like the fact that Rick has taken this and he's adding a little flavor to it. I can't wait to see this thing when it's done. It's going to be beautiful. Typical Rick Dale.
We're restoring an old, one-of-a-kind rocking horse. There's a lot of stuff we can't do to this wooden horse at the shop, so I came down to Doc Saddlery to try to get a saddle, a mane, and a tail made for it. We had a customer bring this in, and they want something like this for the saddle, and then the tail and the mane, but he wants it to look like Trigger. What was that from, do you know?
Roy Rogers.
The customer was really adamant about the horse looking like Trigger, so I came here to pretty much ask Doc what Trigger looks like because I don't know.
Roy Rogers was a king of the cowboys.
So
way before your time.
I know, right?
Trigger is a Palomino, so this would be all yellow.
Okay, this is nice.
And then the saddle would be brown.
Yeah, that looked good. And then what about cost? And then it's a small saddle.
Yeah, a good real saddle is going to be about $3,500.
Holy.
But this is a lot different for rocking horse
than a real horse.
Yeah. With the horsehair, the saddle, and all the appointments, you're probably going to be looking somewhere around $200.
All right, well, I'm glad this is a $200 saddle. Thanks a lot.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, cool. This will definitely look good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You have a good day now.
You too.
I have restored several small rocking horses, and it'll be a fun thing for everybody.
Okay, I'll fire over the pictures, and for all I know, something will spark your interest. Pedal cars are extremely collectible. The trouble is finding the right buyer that's willing to buck up. I've been calling around to potential customers trying to get some sales, and it's been a real challenge.
What are you working on?
Pedal cars, man. Pedal cars, all right? And I definitely got a nibble on one. All right.
Yeah, I don't want 20 pedal cars just sitting in here that we purchased and we're waiting to get paid for. Do not purchase them until you make those sales.
Dude, I don't want to lose these on them. This is a great deal.
I know. But you got to push that sale.
Okay? Okay.
We've been restoring a wooden rocking horse for a customer, and I can't wait for him to see how it came out. Just looking at it makes me want to say happy trails. So I think we nailed it.
You got something for me?
Yeah, you're here for the horse.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see this thing.
All right, come on over here.
Okay. This horse was made for me in 1948, and it's a one-of-a-kind. I know my horse was in pretty bad shape, and I'm really excited to see what he's done with it.
All right, here it is. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready, Rick.
All right. I want you to remember it as a kid when you're sitting in front of the TV and you're riding it, So I want you to remember way back then, way back. All the way back to 2 years old.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps already.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, my God. Holy cow.
What do you think?
Oh, that is awesome. I was just blown away. I could not believe he managed to get that thing to looking like it used to. It brings back the days of that old black and white television, Roy Rogers, the Lone Ranger, Gene Autry shows, sitting there and riding.
Yeah.
It just makes me wish that I was about this high again so I could get on here and just take off into the sunset. How did you get all those cracks filled in and everything?
Yeah, well, what happened was we sanded it all down, and we put wood filler in there. We stuffed it, really deep inside there and made sure that it cured, sanded it quite a few more times, and then we shot like 5 coats of color on there, and then we put about 5 coats of clear on there over top of everything. And there's a lot of work done on that in order to get that looking like that.
Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think Roy Rogers would even like this horse.
Thanks. Yeah, and the tail hair is pretty cool. I mean, it's real hair. Awesome. It's all the same color as Trigger's hair.
Right.
One of the things that I think is really extraordinary on this piece was this saddle. I was expecting nothing like this when I got it back. Tyler went and he found somebody that does leather upholstery named Doc also. The guy went all out on this saddle. I mean, he actually did a stirrup on there. Look at the studs coming around and all the studs. I mean, the guy did a phenomenal job.
I can tell that this is really some serious artisanship work that's being put into this.
Yeah.
With the leather work, the saddle, the reins, it looks just exactly like Trigger to me. It just blows me completely away.
So, what do you think? You like it?
Oh, Rick, this is just beyond anything I expected. I know my daughter's going to be through with it, and the grandkids are going to have a great time riding this thing.
Yeah. Having an opportunity to work on something that somebody only made one of, it was a huge deal for us, an honor anyways. And then to bring it back to life and then show it to you was very cool. Thank you for bringing it in. Thanks. Everything worked out good then.
Oh, excellent. I don't know if I want to give this up now or not.
All right, let's go in the office and we'll take some of your money. Okay. And then you can ride off into the sunset.
All right. Sounds good to me.
All right.
When it comes to one-of-a-kind items that are part of the family, there's just no price you can put on it.
What's the most common reason for a car motor to seize? A, no oil. B, using the wrong type of fuel. C, water in the engine. Find out next. What's the most common reason for a car motor to seize? The answer is A, no oil. Without oil, you get too much heat and everything inside is going to seize. That's a huge thing when it comes down to motors. You got to make sure there's oil in the motor. Otherwise, in the future, it's not going to last. We've been restoring a Cushman scooter that a customer sent us. He actually made the trip out here to see how it came out. Hi, I'm Rick.
Hey, Rick, I'm Darius.
Darius, good to meet you.
I came to Rick's today to pick up my Cushman Highlander scooter with a sidecar. When I first saw this thing on the side of the road, it needed a lot of work. But my excitement is to see it resuscitated and brought back to life like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is that it was a hodgepodge of parts. Cushman here, Cushman there, different years. And then it had a sidecar, and it was sort of wild. I just want to make sure you understood how bad that was. The last time we talked, I just basically said, how'd you want it to look? You know, and you said,
on the phone, I gave you
magic.
Creative control.
This is what I want to do. Since you haven't seen any of it, I'm going to let these two guys go and get it. And I'm going to wait right here, and I want to see your face. I want to see how you look. I want to see how you react.
Get this bad boy.
All right. One of the most rewarding aspects of the restoration business is seeing the joy and happiness in the customer's face after we bring these projects back to life. There it is.
I believe this is the same thing.
You loving that?
You've gone to a new level, Rick. Wow. When Rick revealed my scooter to me, I was blown away. He exceeded my expectations. I would have been happy if he met them. He exceeded them. Tell me what you did to it.
What didn't I touch on this thing? We got to hot ride it, so we gave the bike itself, the Cushman itself, the exact Cushman look. But when it went over the sidecar, we gave the sidecar more of a hot rod look with the flames.
I would have never chosen this combination, and which is why I'm so happy I gave you creative control, because it just looks amazing.
All this was all sheet metal bent over. It had rivets all through here that all got welded all up, all fixed and everything, so it's all one piece now.
Amazing.
Remember the insides? This was just a big, so we went and put the tuck and roll inside here.
The handlebars.
We did all the chrome, right? The handlebars were all welded. It was all messed up. So we went and ground those all out, made this look like handlebars again.
When I spoke to Rick, I didn't tell him what I wanted because I didn't know. I told him what I didn't want. And when I saw him for the first time, he nailed it. He knew what I wanted. And he did it. He did it right.
You like
this
it?
This experience has just been tremendous. And to walk away with this, I couldn't be happier. Thanks again.
You bet. Thank you. Okay, let's go in the office. I'll take care of the paperwork. You can figure out how we're going to send that home.
I'll drive it.
So I'm headed out to buy these pedal cars. It's such a good deal. It's a great price for a lot of pedal cars that we need.
Hey.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Go get some pedal cars, man.
You sold them all?
Well, I got leads, but dude, I have to make this deal. We have to get these things. It's a smoking deal for all these, and if we just let it sit there, someone else is going to get them. We don't want that.
Pedal cars are a great deal, but at the same time, they're going to sit. They're not going to make us money quick. I totally understand that Ron thinks that this is a great deal, but until he shows me that he has some of them sold, he is not going to make this deal.
But they're going to make us more money if they're here in our hands, ready to go, than if I don't have them at all.
Sell a couple of them, then we can go.
Rick, all of a sudden, has become from this awesome, go buy everything, sell everything, to just a tightwad. You're going to lose out on them. Then what are you going to do? Somebody else makes money and not you. I'm not going to call him brother anymore. I'm going to call him Buzzkill Brother, because he just ruins my day sometimes.
Up next on American Restoration.
This is an old cannon that I had.
Holy crap, it's cool. And as I'm looking at this, it's missing this cap, so we're going to have to make something to make it fire, and also make sure it's totally safe. Hey guys, Kelly and I have been talking about doing an auction.
Auctioneer, 100%.
That's all me, man.
No.
If I let one of these guys run it, we could destroy business. But family's family, so I guess I got to let them try.
So what can I do for you?
Well, we'll take you back in time here, back to the Italian countryside.
Let's see what you got.
What is that?
It looks like it got in a wreck.
Look at a man's workbench. You see his passions, his works in progress, the things that drive him crazy, projects that You get the point. Anyway, every workbench tells a story, and this is ours, American Restoration. I'm always surprised by the items that people bring in, but sometimes I'm just as surprised at the cars they drive. Look at this thing. Damn. Hi, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Nice car. That's very
Thank
cool.
you, thank you.
It's got the antenna. It's got the Kleenex holder in it. It's got the pipe hole. It's got everything.
Yeah, this is a 57 four-door Bel Air.
Right. It's cool.
Well, I have something in the trunk. I want to show you guys.
Let's see what you got. What is that? Holy crap.
This is an old Canon that I have.
Wow. It's cool. All right, let's take this out. I'm going to bring it over here. Okay. Where did you get this?
Well, this here is actually a device that my grandfather used to use.
Okay.
He was a parade marshal in Niagara Falls, New York. This thing would actually go boom, and all the people would know that the parade was about to start.
That's cool.
It was just a bang, and it just bellowed down the whole road. I mean, that's the fondest memories I have.
It's amazing to think that cannons and stuff have been around since the 1300s. You know, cannons in the beginning, they shot rocks. Imagine that hitting you.
Like some Flintstone stuff.
Right. So what do you want to do with this?
Well, I'd like to use it for a signal cannon.
Gotcha.
I do a benefit car show every year for law enforcement or fire officials that have a terminal cancer.
Wow.
I would like to use this as a call, just like my grandfather would, but I want to use it for a call to trophies. Time to come get your trophies, man.
Gotcha. I think this is so cool this guy wants this restored. Not only a memory of his grandfather, but also to use in charity events. Stuff like this makes me love my job. All right, so as I'm looking at this, there is some repairs. I'm seeing welding here. This thing here is screwed on. I have no clue what that's doing. I'll have to research or ask a couple experts and find out exactly what it is. Probably the biggest thing is actually making it work. Was missing this cap, so we're gonna have to make something to make it fire, and also make sure it's totally safe. So to do this, I'm looking at probably 3,500, maybe even 38.
Wow. For that, I think we should do it.
All right, awesome. Thanks.
It's my hope that Rick can bring this cannon back to that sound that I remember growing up.
Once in a while, I call for a family meeting. It's just a really good way to get everyone on the same page about what's going on here at the shop. Kelly and I have been talking about some ideas to generate some sales, you know, get more people in and stuff like that. So her and I have been talking about doing an auction. Every now and then, Kelly and I brainstorm ideas on how to grow the business. This time, we came up with a really great one, an auction. This would be a great way to get rid of some of the extra stuff we got here and make some extra money. I think that's a way for us to get some more interest, get some more customers, all that, you know? What do you guys think?
Sounds good. Sales are always awesome. Auctions are fun.
Yeah, it's going to take some planning. It's not going to happen overnight. So Kelly's going to go ahead and email the customers. Tyler, what your project is some kind of a platform for maybe the auctioneer.
Auctioneer, isn't that the person that goes 50, 55, 60?
He's the guy that does the selling.
That's all me, man.
No, auctioneer. 100%. The man.
I don't know about that.
Dear.
What, you both want to do it?
Yeah, but I think, we're going to have to see.
Sounds like it's throwing down the gauntlet.
We're doing an auction to help business. But if I let one of these guys run it, we could destroy business. But family's family, so I guess I got to let them try. You know, if I'm going to go ahead and trust one of you two to be the auctioneer and not hire somebody, you're going to have to prove that you're that person that's going to make us money. Tyler, you got your role. Kelly's got a role. I know what I've got going on. So you two need to figure this out. All right? Well, good?
Good.
All right.
I'm actually pretty excited about this. Being an auctioneer would be sweet. And, since Tyler's foreman and Ron's been going on a lot more picks, this would be the way I could step it up at the shop. Ron, you don't have a chance.
We'll see.
Good luck. 55, 60, 65, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85.
Tyler and I are already busy getting ready for our first auction, but we can't lose sight of our bread and butter, and that's every customer that comes into the shop.
Hey, Dale, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm Dan.
Dan, good to meet you. This is my son, Tyler.
Pleasure to meet you.
So what can I do for you?
Well, I want to take you back in time here, back to the Italian countryside.
Let's see what you got.
What is that?
It looks like it got wrecked.
I came to Rick's Restoration today to get an estimate on my 1950s Italian folding bag.
This is cool. And it's Italian.
It definitely is Italian.
I mean, they're real convenient. You put them in the trunk of a car. You can put them wherever you wanted to and still get around, you know?
That's the advantage of it.
Yeah, but their big claim to fame is that in World War II, the paratroopers would fold them up and they put them on their backpack and they jump. And they could get down on the ground and they could run around them.
Very cool.
Bikes like this may seem like a novelty to us in the United States, but they were really big overseas because they were so portable. And the fact that bikes like this were used in war, that's pretty cool. Okay, so are you wanting to ride it? Are you going to show it? Or what you going to do?
You know, probably both. You know, the goal is to keep it as original as possible.
All right, so in order to find parts like these are usually always a heck of a time.
Yeah.
The light on the back is going to be a huge problem. Luckily, the pedals are in great shape. We can restore those.
What is this going to cost me?
I'm looking at probably $3,200 for everything, okay? Yeah, well, 32 is definitely, a little higher than I was thinking. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be upside down this thing either. Can you give me anything that starts with a 2?
I tell you, as low as I'll go on this, I'll end up with a 2 in the front, but it's going to be a 9 in the end of it, so it's going to be 29. It's a lot more work than people understand, and I want to do it right, so that's as low as I can go.
Well, I love the bike, and, I like the direction you're going. You're very knowledgeable about it, which is important to me. So, got yourself a deal.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to get this bike restored, but I'm not excited to tell the wife that I've spent $2,900 on a bike. However, I know that Rick's going to do a wonderful job, and it's going to be worth it, and she'll be happy.
What's it for? We're going to have an auction off. You better bring your game, buddy. We're going to start with this Airstream trailer. Just like everything else here, it looks like crap. I hope this isn't the worst idea of all time. We're live.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, fire in the hole!
Luckily, it's a little cannon. Earlier, a customer brought in a small cannon that he wants to get restored. It's missing some important parts, and he wants it to fire. So I'm taking it to my friend Doc, who's a gun expert, to figure out exactly how I can fire this thing off safely.
Hey, what do you got there, Rick? It's some kind of a mini cannon. I don't know. I brought it in because I need help. Let's move it over this way so we can have more access to it. I take care of all the firearms here. I'm the master gunsmith. And I've been in cannons and firearms for about 30 to 35 years. All right. A customer brought it in, and he wants to get it restored. And my problem is it looks like it's half handmade. He didn't have any caps that went on here. So the longer I looked at it, the more I don't know if it really fired. And I think that's his big thing. He wants it to work again. Right. This type of a cannon would be more of a signal cannon. It does not fire a projectile at all. Okay. They had them at the end of the Civil War and into World War I. It's a black powder breech, so you would put your load here and then screw in your breech plug back here, and then they would have a lanyard back there, and they would pull it, and it would hit a firing pin and send out noise and smoke. And they used them specifically for signaling the troops. So that's basically what he wanted anyways. He just wants it to fire, make a big boom. But this piece on the end, I have no clue what it even looks like. Do you? Yeah, I could actually make a drawing for you, okay, to give you something. It's called a breech plug. It's going to go in, and it's a half turn, okay? It locks it in, so when it's fired, it doesn't come back out. Gotcha.
Man, am I glad that I came to see Doc about this thing. The last thing I would have wanted to do was fire this thing off with the customer and have it backfire because it didn't have a breech gap. But it sounds like it's something that we will be able to have made, so that's good news. Thank you.
Giving me 3. Who's got 4? Oh! Rick and Kelly want to have an auction at the shop, so Brettley and I are hanging flyers to help spread the word. My brother said he might give Brettley or me the chance to be the auctioneer, depending on who does better. I think I've got this in the bag, but this might be a good time for me to check out my competition. Let's hear what you got. Let's hear your auctioneer voice.
All right, folks, we have a phonograph here. We're going to start the bid off at $5. $5 good?
Start low, dude. Brettley's skills were lacking at best. I can't wait for this audition. I'm going to stomp him.
Hey, Rick. Hey! Warm enough for you out here?
Yeah, it's a little warm.
How you been, bud? All right, Rick. Good to see you. I came to Rick's Restoration today to pick up my Italian folding bike.
So you ready to see this thing?
I know, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm pumped.
Yeah, it came out pretty awesome. Everything is really awesome, actually.
It was an absolute mess when I dropped it off, so.
Yeah, it had some issues. I gotta go get it, though, so stay here, stay excited. I'll be right back.
All right. When I dropped off this bike, it was in terrible shape. I'm hoping that they were able to match the colors, the tires, and most importantly, keep it in budget.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. Oh, man. Unbelievable.
Is it looking Italian enough for you now?
It is, man. I'm ready for the Italian countryside. This is amazing. I was just absolutely floored. Colors, tires, brakes, everything. It's absolutely amazing.
What do you think?
It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just can't even believe what I'm looking at.
So it looks new again, sort of, right?
Like every piece on here.
Bicycles are like watches. You know, there's a lot of parts that have to go back together exactly right, or it just doesn't work. So each one of these wheels come off, but then they have to be torn apart. But these spokes all have to be trued. They got to be tight in here in order for the wheel to go straight.
It's spot on. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And the color? You found the color,
found
too?
the color. Yeah. There's portions of the bike that weren't faded, and you saw the original color. So before we took and sandblasted the whole thing out, we went and matched the paint. And you just basically take 2 colors and you mix them together till you get just this color exactly.
It's spot on. Rick was able to pull together all the details so perfectly. I mean, all the intricacy and the work was amazing. I hope Rick was able to keep it in budget.
All right, Dan, I got a confession to make. You remember when I first quoted you the 3,200 and then you sort of got me down to 2,900? All the chrome and making a few of the extra parts threw us over budget. We ended up at 3,200.
Well, It did just get about 10 degrees hotter here for sure. Yeah, I don't want you to hit me over the head with the bike. But I just got the bike finished. I just crunched the numbers, you know, and because I didn't call you, and I don't want to hit you with that at the very last minute, I'm going to give it to you for the 29. So, you good with that? Well, that's great, Rick. I really appreciate you doing that. Yeah. And the wife will let me come home tonight, which is a good thing. So, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Hope you love it. Yeah, write it around. Let's go inside. We'll take care of the paperwork. All right. Well, Rick told me we went a little over budget. I was a little taken back by that, but then he said he was going to keep it at the original price we talked about, and I was really impressed. I'm looking forward to getting this bike home and riding around the neighborhood and putting it up. All right, guys, we're going to have an auction off, okay? We're getting ready for the first ever auction at Rick's Restorations, and I'm super excited. Ron and Bradley have both been battling to be an auctioneer, and I can only figure one way to settle it. So I'm going to pick an item, and you two are going to auction it to us, okay? And we're going to see how you do. And the guy that sells it the best is going to be the guy that gets the job. Start the tricycle.
All right, age over beauty, Ron.
It's time to draw first blood. I'm going to show this kid who's boss. All right, for auction today, we have a 1950s tricycle. All right, beautiful, original condition. Let's start the bidding at $500. $500 for this tricycle. Is that restored? That's a motion, sir. $500. $500 right there. Sir, if you're not going to bid, then stop playing with yourself, whatever you're doing over there. Stop doing it. That's a motion, $500. Go ahead, 550. Anybody 550? 550 right there. 600. 600 anywhere. 600. Final call. Sold to the big dude in the middle there. $600.
I'll take my scooter.
I think it was 550. You didn't get 600.
I tried to make an extra $50 for you.
I'll give it to Ron. That was pretty good, but I have what it takes to top him.
Bradley, what? You better bring your game, buddy. Bring it. All right, we're going to start with this freaking Airstream trailer. You got the AC up top. How's the inside?
Just like everything else here, it looks like crap, but we can work with it. So we're gonna start the bid at 500. I mean 500. You can't buy a lawnmower for 500. Come on. Yep, there we go. 500 right here. 550, 550, 556. Come on, 650. Right here, 650.
I'm in.
He's got it for 650. Come on now. Who's got it for 7? Who's got 7 1/4. 7 1/4. He's stepping it up. 750. Right
1,000.
Oh, 1,000. Right here. 1,150.
I'm going 1,200, and anybody that outbids me has to actually come up with the cash in the pocket because I want to own that trailer.
Sold to the guy who actually owns the trailer.
Put a stop to that. Both Ron and Bradley did a great job, but this isn't an easy decision. I still have the option of going with a professional auctioneer, so I really got to think about what to do. We got to make money, so I got to decide which one of you is going to make us the most money, okay? But you're both definitely on the path.
Nice.
On the path. What's the most efficient way to salvage an old, rare rubber tire? A, brush on chemical solvent. B, polish it with compound. C, glass bead. Find out next. What's the most efficient way to salvage an old, rare rubber tire? The answer is C, glass bead it. Here at the shop, a lot of the projects that we get in are like pedal cars and tricycles that the rubber is actually mounted to the rim. There's no way you're going to get it off. So what happens is when you glass bead it, you're basically glass beading the rubber and the rim, and as long as it's in decent shape on the outside, it's going to look almost brand new when you're finished. We've been busting hump on this auction, and everything's coming together. In my business, you got to try things like this to keep growing. But you can't let that affect the other projects going on. The signal cannon we've been working on is ready to go. So now we're on our way to hopefully blow the customer away. I want to be able to take this cannon somewhere where we can be loud and not cause any disturbance to anybody but the fish. I mean, here we are up at the Kimball's Boy Scout Ranch, and it's going to be awesome firing Rich's cannon up. This is a nice place out here to shoot off a gun, huh? Yeah, it's a cool place.
I want to go swimming.
One of my biggest concerns is safety. So I brought in two of the best guys I know of to make sure that this thing fires off safely. Hey, Rich.
How you doing? Good seeing you again.
Good to see you, man. You got yourself a little escort down here.
I know, isn't that nice? Rick called me up today to come out here to pick up my signal cannon.
I want you to envision your grandfather and see him shooting this off for the Maid of the Mist parade thing. You know,
awesome,
big deal.
yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go, Bradley. 1, 2, 3.
Oh man, look
What do you
at that
think?
thing. That is just awesome. When I saw the cannon for the first time, I was absolutely blown away. The detail, he really took his time, got it to look better than new.
What we ended up doing, you remember the wheels came off, we had to take them off. One of the things that we did, we machined the caps where they go right over top of them nice and tight.
These are a good look.
Right? We rejuvenated all the tires. We tried to blast these as much as we could to get as much rust out as we could. Inside here where everything was bolted together, everything was rusted. I mean, really, really bad. The barrel itself, we sanded this just a little bit more than we did the other parts to where, we wanted it to sort of stand out a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, Rich, I'm going to have these guys take over and load this thing and get this show on the road.
All right, let's go. Let's do it.
You're going to get your cartridge, get it into the chamber, seat it fully,
and get your breech block. Screw it all the way in. Keep the safety in place. When you're ready to fire, slide the safety out. And we're live.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Let's go.
You ready? 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole!
Yeah! Sweet.
It's awesome.
For you? Let's do it again. Setting off that cannon was just an experience that there's no words for it. It was just fantastic.
3, 2, 1.
That was awesome. That's good.
Today is our first auction here at the shop, so we have no idea if it's really going to make us money. So why should I drop cash on a professional when I got 2 guys ready and willing to do it for nothing? Did you find yourself something to eat? Yep. All right. You're going to need your strength today for what you're about to do. Brelly? Yeah. You're the auctioneer. Okay, you're it. I'm picking Brelly because I really think it might be his time to shine here at the shop.
Man, I'd have made 3 times the money for Rick on this. If Brentley drops the ball, Rick better not come crying to me.
There's a lot of stuff out there. I do not want to lose any money, so don't biff this up, okay?
All right.
All right?
So Rick tells me that I'm going to be the auctioneer, and I feel the pressure, let me tell you. I mean, I thought for sure Rick was going to pick Ron, but just in case, I got this sweet jacket.
Hey, everybody!
Holy smokes! Come on in. Fine to see.
We rounded up our best clients and even found some new ones. It's the perfect crowd to really see if having an auctioneer will help business.
All right, guys. So we're going to start the auction off with the early model 1950s Bendo 72. Nice and cold. Right here, 2,500, 2,500, 2,500. 25 right here, 30, 30, 30. 3 right there in the front. Got 4, right here, 45.
You want more than that?
5.
You wanted more than that.
Right here,
You do. It's great.
6.
Come on.
6.5, 6, 6, 6, 6. 7 right here, 7. 7 in the front, 7 in the front. Going once, going twice. Sold to you, you got it. All right. Coca-Cola not included. There we go. Up next, we have a Mills 1930s slot machine. So we're in the middle of the auction, everyone's bidding. I mean, numbers just flying out of my mouth. I mean, I had to just kind of take a second, bring it back down. My heart was going. But then we kept going. Then we kept going with numbers. I mean, it was cool. It was fun. 5,500, you guys right here. 6,000. 6,000. How you feeling now? 6,000.
Come on. Don't be shy.
Right here. 65. 65.
Once Brelly got the hang of it, this thing's really getting going. We sold a Coke machine for $7,000. A radio for $1,000.
Sold. You got it.
A really cool slot machine for $8,500.
Right here. 11,500. 11,500.
That's nothing, man.
11,500. 11,500.
And we even sold a visible gas pump. 12. For $12,000.
Sold. You got it. For $12,000 to the gentleman in the back.
This thing was such a success. For our first auction, Brelly, I think you did a great job. I think we all, as a team, did pretty good.
I like how they
were in the
each other.
crowd.
That was good. They were trying to get everyone to bid.
Yeah, I'm ready to plan our next one. And it's going to be bigger and better every time. Let's go in. 1, 2, 3, family! Woo!
Hey. Ahoy.
Up next on American Restoration.
Wow. This is Golden Arm Wrestling Machine.
That's cool. You see, like, different colors?
The most hideous house paint they can find. They slap on it.
Right. So you ready to see it?
Let's do it. Oh, wow.
What's that for? Are you sure you're supposed to be polishing that?
They hand me the crap and tell me to polish it. That's what I do.
Okay, well, that's a problem. He does not like it, let alone probably me, a woman. But oh, wow.
That looks cool.
It's a easy ringer washer.
This is the throttle. This is the clutch. It's almost like a motorcycle.
Think it could be done?
This is just, I don't know. Look at a man's workbench. You see his passions, his works in progress, the things that drive him crazy. Projects that, you get the point. Anyway, every workbench tells a story, and this is ours, American Restoration. You know, technology is an awesome thing. I mean, stuff like smartphones and computers have made our lives so much easier. Not to mention, kids out there got all sorts of electronic games to choose from. But my favorite games are games that don't require any electric power.
I got something interesting, kind of a weird amusement machine I want you to look at.
Oh, yeah?
I came by Rick's today to bring by my 1960s Golden Arm Wrestling Machine.
Wow. That's cool.
I'm the proprietor of the Pinball Hall of Fame here in Las Vegas. The Golden Arm Machine and I go way, way back. I've had it for years. It was one of my first machines.
This is cool.
Well, basically what you do is, this is like an arm wrestling arm. You sit here like this, you try to battle it. What you're doing is you're compressing a shock absorber. No electronics in it at all. Wow. You
Just picked it up and let her rip.
Yeah. I started running my first arcade in '76, and this is one of my first pieces. I don't even remember where I got it, but I remembered I paid $100 for it.
Wow.
And I've been hauling it around with me ever since.
Midway, they made something else. They made some other machines.
What they're most famous for was they made Pac-Man, Space Invaders, and Galaga.
Oh, yeah.
They were really, really ahead of their time on electronic stuff. Right. You wouldn't know it from this machine because there's no electronics in it.
But they started with it.
This is one of their early ones. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. To me, I can just see 60s wrote all over this, which is the beginning of plexiglass. We've got particle wood instead of plywood. They did this as a
Flower Child.
Yeah, Flower Child. That says 60s right there. You see, like, different colors. It was orange at one time, and it's got black on it now. And
yeah, the most hideous house paint they can find. They slap on it.
Right. And they're real hard to take it off, too. Then on the inside, doesn't have a lot of mechanical to it. You see springs going different. This looks like a spring across here. This is here.
So you just played it to play it, right? I mean, you didn't win anything. There was no tickets. There was nothing. You just played it for your own.
Well, things have changed, right? I mean, that's basically what it always was. You got bragging rights. That's all it is.
That's why old people are so pathetic, because this is all we had for entertainment back in the day.
That's right. All right. So how far do you want to go? What do you want to do?
Well, this is going in the Pinball Museum.
Okay.
It's very important that the finishes and materials be very durable.
Gotcha.
What do you think it's going to cost me?
You know, I'm thinking right around $4,800 to do the whole thing.
I think I can live with the price.
All right.
I think we got a deal.
Awesome.
My hope on this project is that when Rick gets done with it, it's something that you walk into the Pinball Museum and you go, wow, that looks great. That's what I'm looking for.
Earlier this year, Kelly and I made it official, and we got married, and it's been amazing. But here at work, it's been a little stressful because she comes to me every single day and wants to have a bigger role here at the shop.
We're spending a lot of money around here.
But what do you want to do? I mean, you want to... What's your idea?
Money managing. Tyler's the foreman. I will be the money manager.
There's always been a lot of problems around this shop, and I've never said anything. I bit my tongue because it's Rick's business. And now that we're married, it's our business, and I should have more say around here.
It's been a guy's shop. We haven't had a girl in the shop. I don't even know when we had a girl in the shop.
That's why it's disorganized, because there is no girl in the shop.
Some of the guys are insane. I mean, really, they're really, really hard to deal with. I know for a fact that Kelly has no problem telling people what she's got on her mind. On one hand, I'm going to have mutiny amongst every single one of my guys. Or on the other hand, I mean, she might be able to get the job done.
What do you think?
Okay, I'm going to give you one project, okay? It's going to be that golden arm machine.
Okay.
And at the end of this thing, I need to know where we're at.
Okay.
All right?
I got this.
I'm going to give her a job from start to finish. If she can show me how much we profit, how much we lost, how much we spend in labor, and everything, then great. If she can't do that, then she's going to have to find something else to do. Back up just a little bit. Hold on. Hey,
How you doing today?
good. I'm Rick.
Wyatt?
What can I do for you?
That's something you might be interested in.
Something I might be interested in? You want to sell it or?
Like to restore it.
Restore it?
Yeah.
Let's look.
I come down to Rick's Restoration to drop off my Easy Ringer washer that I brought down from Canada.
That's good right there. Thanks, guys. So where'd you get this thing?
I run a scrapyard in Canada, and this showed up at our gate one morning to be dropped off for scrap, and I just didn't let it go, so I brought it down here.
It's very cool. The very, very beginning, the washing machine was basically a washboard, and you used it with your hands.
Nobody likes doing laundry, though.
No.
I don't know if anybody likes doing laundry.
That's right, yeah.
So the way this worked was, it's basically the washer and the dryer, right? You know what this is. This is
Yeah,
a ringer.
the ringer.
Pull this out of the way like this. You would fire up the motor. You pull this. The motor get running. This is the throttle. This is the clutch. It's almost like a motorcycle because you got motor. You got all kinds of gears in there. You get it going. Actually, what this thing did is went up and down, up and down, up and down. This washing machine is pretty cool, but it's a very unusual item for us. I can't say that there's a huge collector's market, but I am looking forward to possibly fixing it up, though. I mean, people bring all kinds of wild stuff in here to get restored, and this is just, I don't know. What are you looking to do to it?
I'd like to see it back in original condition. Motor running, agitator, that all working good, and what do you figure?
To get all that done and everything going on, I'm looking at $6,500 to restore the whole thing.
Go for it, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go in the office. We'll take care of some paperwork and put in line.
Perfect.
Okay, get her started.
Okay.
I have a suggestion box. This will be for everybody to put in their 2 cents.
This has disaster written all over it.
Tell Rick Dale he is a cheap bastard.
Came to Rick's today to pick up my Easy washer.
So you ready?
You bet.
All right, here we go. What do you think?
So Rick is
is now allowing me to get involved with managing the money. And first task I want to do is regulate the paint lockers. Hey, Kyle.
Morning, Kelly. What do you got?
Paint sign-out sheet. This is crucial for job costing so we know how much paint is being used, okay? And make sure you sign out that paint that's in your hand because I'm going to be looking at that list every day, okay?
Okay. Saving money is always a good thing, but taking a paint supply of rattle cans? Come on, Kelly.
Kyle's like looking at me like, why are you out here? What are you doing? He's just going to have to deal with it. He's not happy, but he's going to have to deal with it. Turn that off. I need to talk to you. What's that for?
The golden arm.
Are you sure you're supposed to be polishing that?
That's what they gave me.
Okay, but sometimes those have to go to chrome. So are you polishing and it was supposed to go to chrome?
I'm polishing it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Okay, well, that's a problem.
Hand me the crap and tell me to polish it. That's what I do. We got enough managers as it is already. I don't need no more people telling me what to do. I know my job. Too many chiefs and none of Indians.
Oh, my God. Cowboy reacted in the usual manner he always does. It's not his fault. He didn't do it. He's just doing what he's supposed to do. He does not like it, let alone probably me, a woman. But, oh, well, too bad.
Oh, God, look who's here. Eric. What's up, guys? The twin brothers from another mother.
We were doing pretty good till you got here.
Oh, yeah, we were. I just brightened your day, you know?
I know. Eric's our official resident picker, and he's always stopping by, trying to pass off some of his junk as if it's gold or something. But there's always the potential for a few diamonds in the rough with some of his picks. So what do you got? What do you?
I got everything that you want. When Rick sees what I got in the back of my truck, he's just going to be amazed. I mean, it's going to blow his mind. You had a wish list? Ta-da. It's like Christmas for you, I bet.
Well, you do have some... I got some usable items. Let's see what you got. This thing looks cool. This is definitely a mech.
Mm-hmm. Watch it, dude.
You ever try to bring in like a full machine instead of just little parts?
I like the little stuff.
Just good stuff here.
See that? See? Scratching stuff off the wish list already.
I have no clue what that is.
It's a pulley or something, isn't it? Come on. Scrap.
I mean, these are parts that we can use, but I want a total piece. So I start going through his truck, and all there is parts of items. It's just scraps and stuff. And there's not one single thing that's totally complete that we can restore. We need some full pieces. One single piece.
I got a whole other piece.
Look at that.
Crap.
Be careful with that now. That's what I'm talking about right there. It's a total 20 scale, 1920s. That's totally complete. It's missing a little glass in the front. That's it. That's an unbelievable find. You know what says mercantile there? What it was a scale at a store. It would weigh like sugar and vegetables or whatever. And see, you can sort of see the way the scale read. This is 1 cent graduations. This particular device basically computed everything for you.
So you tell me it's like smarter than Ron?
Well, I would say it's definitely smarter than Ron. I mean, you push on it right here. Ron, how much is 250 pounds times 3.62 cents? Go ahead.
I don't know.
So what do you want for it?
I'll tell you right now, like about at $100 a pound, about right there.
$600?
There you go. Now we're talking. Now we're weighing.
I still got to strip it. I still got to bring it all the way back. I know, but you want me to just tell you where I'm at? And that's it?
Yeah, tell me
we're done? Here's the deal. 300 this, that's it. You can take the other stuff. I'll take that, though, for 300. That's it.
Yeah, 300 works for me.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much. Got a complete piece. We can start on that. Let's go in the office and get you some money. And then, Ron, put it in line.
I'll settle for the 3 right now. It's money in my pocket, but I wish I could have Tyler around, man. I could have worked a better deal with Tyler.
I think I'm starting to get the shop to run more efficiently. But the one thing we need to work on is communication. The guys don't express themselves very well. So it all stays bottled up, and then they explode, and they're not happy. I think if everyone at the shop was happier, then work will go smooth.
What are you doing over there, Cal?
Come over and see. I have a suggestion box.
You have a what?
I have a suggestion box. Look. Isn't this good?
Yeah.
This will be for everybody to put in their 2 cents.
Wow. A suggestion box? Really?
So, I even put the little flower on there to remind them that, this is not necessarily a bad box. Think good thoughts with the flower and drop it in. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, we'll see.
So do you want to be the first?
I'll do it.
You will? All right. Thanks.
Yeah. When my dad told me Kelly was going to be around the shop more, he said it was to manage money. I don't see how a suggestion box with a flower on it is going to help us do that. This has disaster written all over it.
All right, Wyatt. Hey,
today's the day.
How you doing, bud?
Good to see you. I came to Rick's today to pick up my easy washer. And when I found that washing machine in a scrapyard there, somebody dropped off. I never knew how old it was or nothing. I knew it was in bad shape, the wheels are falling off, but I didn't know if the motor ran or not.
This machine is rare. It was rare. And for you to find it, just somebody throwing it away, is a big deal. So you've got a killer find. So you ready?
You bet.
All right, here we go.
Let's do this thing.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow. Awesome job.
What do you think?
Can't believe it. Just like brand new. What I brought in and now what it is now, it's two different machines.
Yeah, a lot different. Now, you remember how all this area here was all rusted out? It was a little nasty when you gave it to me.
Oh, yeah.
The motor itself was all, destroyed. Now it's all been totally restored. Everything's all new again.
Yeah. When he first showed me the washer, the paint job and the chroming, just looks like it's brand new on it. And the rest of the machine looks like it's right off the shoulder.
So you want to see the inside now?
Oh, wow.
Is that cool? It has a pin in it right here. You pull the pin out. It's got two positions for different loads, for a large load or a small load. You ready to wash some clothes?
Try her out.
All right. We got clothes? What are we going to do?
Tyler's got stinky clothes on his desk.
His clothes are on his desk? What do you mean?
They're there, man.
Go get a couple shirts. We'll wash them. It figures if there's one person with dirty clothes hanging around the shop, it'd be Tyler. That kid goes through more work shirts in one day than I do in a week sometimes. Let's take it down one notch because it's a light load. Okay, you ready?
Let's fire it up.
Running. Sounds good. Sounds like it's working. You want to see?
Yeah, we can see it. Ready? It's not going to go like that.
Whoa! Look at that. Cool, huh? There's your muffler. So then what you're going to do, we're going to actually run through the ringer. Look at that. You bring it out, hang it dry. Pretty cool, huh?
More than I expected.
All right, cool. Thanks, Wes.
Very much. I feel really good bringing it down to Rick's to get this done. And when he started it started right up and they got everything working fine on it. It turned out really, really good. It was awesome.
Well, that's really.
Sometimes when you're doing a project, the best paint for it doesn't come in the finish that you want. That's when you got to get creative. What's the best way to give your paint job a flat look? A, water. B, cornstarch. C, acetone. D, reducer. The answer is coming up. Not all paint is offered in a flat look. What could you use to alter the paint? A, water. B, cornstarch. C, acetone. D, reducer. The answer is cornstarch. What you do is add a little cornstarch, you mix it up, then when you're done and finished and you spray the product, you end up with a nice flat finish. And this will work on any paint you want to use. They are guaranteed, so go back and maybe upgrade. Maybe they'll upgrade us.
Hey, babe.
You know? All right, hey, what's up?
It's been a few days since I've been managing the money, and I think I've been doing a pretty darn good job. But I want to know what's on everybody's mind, and that's where the suggestion box comes in. Look at all these.
Holy crap. When I put Kelly in charge of the money, I wasn't expecting a suggestion box. But by the looks of it, looks like a lot of people got a lot on their mind.
Keg of beer every Friday, shippers once a month.
Are they taking you very seriously?
Apparently, they are not. What's so funny? If I go through this whole box and there's not one good one, I'm going to be very mad. The flour is dumb. Oh, that's hitting below the belt. Cowboy as manager. Oh, yeah. Get rid of this stupid box. You know what? They're pissing me off right now.
You know, I don't think I take any of this personally. I think you're doing a really good job. I think that, you'll make things better and you'll find a way. Bottom line is, Kelly does have us working more efficiently, which saves us money, and that is what counts. But as far as the suggestion box, I think that might have backfired.
Tell Rick Dale he is a cheap bastard.
You know, babe, that's enough of these suggestions. You know, I'm done with that. These guys are a bunch of smart asses. Take that back out. Yeah. Tim.
Hey, Tim. Hey.
You got it? Okay. Hey, bud, how you doing?
Doing good.
It's over here.
Let's do it. When I dropped off the Golden Arm, it was really, really sad. The wood had been chipped and broken, and there's rust everywhere, and it was pretty much a pile of junk.
So you ready to see it?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
That is incredible. This is going to make a lot of coins in the museum. If I walked in and I saw this I'd want to play. When Rick pulled off the black cover, I freaked out. I couldn't believe the way the machine looked. It was like, wow, look at me. And that's what I was really looking for.
On the paint job, you remember how it used to be black, had some gold in it, but it was pretty ugly.
It looks like somebody did it with a can of spray paint. Right. This is better than new. I can see myself in the finish. And you got the metal plate, the stand.
Yeah, we put it on a plate, and we had these edges bent like this, so that it would give it some height and some structure, and so now it's all nice and durable. You can get on there all day long. Then on the inside, you can see it's all been redone in there. It's all nice and new. Looks good.
Yeah, this is everything I thought it would be and more. Oh, I can't wait to get this thing back to the museum, get the public playing it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I mean, as we've been restoring this and going through the process, Everybody here wants to play it and see who's the strongest. Before you take it, do you mind if we set up a little challenge? See who's stronger.
To play it, yeah, go for it.
Oh, I know Ron's probably up for this, right?
Yeah, Ron.
Who else? Bradley.
Bradley. I just love competitions, especially on coin-operated games, because that's what they were designed for. That's what they're built for.
So, time to put your money where your mouth is, and we're gonna see who's the strongest. And the loser has to dress up in a giant hot dog suit and stand out to the hot dogs.
As far as who's going to be the strongest, I think it's a no-brainer who's going to win.
Who's up first?
I'm up first. I'm the boss.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay.
Holy crap.
We got 325. You're somewhere between nobody better fool with your gal and world's champ.
That was a lot.
Go ahead, Ron. It's going to be a tough one to beat.
Oh,
we have a new record.
Whoa!
Dude, it went all the way.
I knew I belonged in the zoo because I'm an animal.
I don't get to wear the hot dog suit. That's for sure.
All I know is I'm not trying to wear a hot dog suit, even if it was my idea. I'm definitely counting on Brelly to show how much of a flower child he really is here.
There we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, Lord. Son of a bitch.
Hey, why don't we go look for a hot dog suit for a little leader here?
Yep, I'm down.
Okay, and thanks for letting us experience that. I don't know if Tyler actually loved the experience, but it was awesome doing. And I'm glad you liked it.
Everything came out great. It looks fantastic. So I am one happy camper.
Clear boy. Hot dogs. Hot dogs. Hot dogs. Hot dog. No. This sucks. Hot dogs. Nobody. This is not fun at all.